good directions.
To catch a predator, I've once again done my bi-yearly binge of TCAP. And I thought, shake it up a little bit, we'll make a little video about some of the ones that stuck out the most. Now, for those that don't know, To Catch a Predator is a TV show from the early 2000s where Chris, our boy, Hansen, would go around with a group of individuals, and most of the time police, to try and catch predators. These predators were using chat rooms such as MSN, AOL, anything that was available at the time, to find minors, try to solicit them for quite not safe work acts, and then come to their house. Now, they would come to their house and sometimes see an in-person decoy which would put them at ease, and then once they're inside, sat down, Chris would come out and just start grilling the fuck out of them, confusing them to try and get as much information out of them as possible, and then he would tell them they were free to leave. After they left, they were most of the time arrested by police, some of the time rugby tackled to the ground, and sentenced. You give good directions. Now that line might sound innocent, especially if you've not watched this show before, but the person who said it was not so innocent on that night. Anthony Palumbo, also known as Hi Buddy, was up. Anthony starts a chat log with hi and quickly asks for an age. When the decoy responds with 14 male, he answers "oh" and continues on like nothing is wrong. A normal person would have said, "oh, you're too young," and moved on, but clearly he didn't really care too much at the end of the day, did he? It's just really sickening stuff to read the rest of this chat log. The decoy is saying that they haven't done anything before, and Anthony's just testing his luck and asking different things to see if the decoy would be interested, testing the waters. And after only about a day of talking, Anthony decides to talk about how he hates rubbers and decides to take the 1 and a bit hour journey to go and visit the decoy. He simply asks though first, "Lol, how I know you're not a cop?" And the decoy responds with, I'm not a cop. Now, Palumbo's not the smartest cookie cutter in the drawer, is he? But if he knew to ask the question, he knew his intent, and he knew what he could do would get him arrested, and ended up getting him arrested at that fateful night, all thanks to Chris Hansen. Now over to the Dateline segment.
Except this next man. He's been chatting online with a decoy posing as a boy.
I'll walk right here.
He's 46-year-old Anthony Palumbo, and he's brought a gift. We've hired an 18-year-old actor to play the part of the young teen.
Hey, come on in. Awesome.
I just want to pop in very quickly and say, look how calmly he walks in the house. Like he's done this probably a few times before. Now, I can't speak to that because he hasn't been charged with anything, but it's a pretty telling sign when someone's very comfortable to do something that they know is illegal and is wrong. Especially if Palumbo is coming up with all the excuses that he comes up with later on.
I was supposed to bear left at
Now he's here, beer in hand, asking the decoy several times to put it in the refrigerator.
You can put that in the fridge.
Yeah, I'll put it in a little bit.
All right. I'll relax.
I'm just a little nervous.
I'm nervous too. That's all right. My excuse to come here, I went to Atlantic City.
Why was Anthony needing an excuse if he didn't think he was doing anything wrong? At least he tries to claim to Chris that he did nothing wrong, but clearly he knew him being there was wrong.
I don't know. What
Put that in the refrigerator. I don't know. We'll just chill out.
That's it.
All right. We'll see what happens.
I'm just nervous yesterday. You know?
That's all right. You could put that in the refrigerator anytime.
He's really consistent about putting that beer in the fridge, ain't he? Maybe he just wants a really cold beer. Or maybe he wants a bit of control. We'll just get back to the video and see what else is going on.
Okay,
Don't get drunk with that.
I won't.
All right.
So why'd you need the cover story to go to Atlantic City?
I'll see my brother.
Anthony goes from being very comfortable to being startled. He's stretching and laughing to all of a sudden a deer in headlights, all because our boy Chris Hansen has given the fright of his life, because he knows deep down he's done something wrong.
I said I gotta go to Atlantic City.
But instead you came here.
I stopped by to go there.
So you like to gamble?
Yeah, I love to gamble.
You took a little bit of a gamble coming in here tonight.
No, I just stopped by.
But you said you were nervous when you came in. Why were you so
Yeah,
nervous?
because I was going to Atlantic City and it was dark, and I not usually drive at dark at nighttime.
So the nighttime makes you nervous.
Yeah, driving. I'm not a driver at night.
And what about visiting a boy who's home alone? Does that make you nervous?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit.
I just wanted to just say hi. It
Just
was
to
not
say
that.
hi
Yeah.
and drop off a package.
Anthony must certainly want to drop off his package that night.
Yeah, I had beer.
Have you been drinking tonight?
No, not at all. You could smell my breath. Not at all.
It's okay, I don't need to do that. He tells me several times he thought the boy was 18, but in the chat log, the decoy tells him 2 different times that he's 14. How old are you?
39,
39. You said you were 35 online.
35, 39.
We find out later he's actually 46. He says he's unemployed and spends his time caring for his ailing mother. Then he tries to explain away his graphic sexual chat. You asked him in your chat if he was top or bottom. What does that mean?
Isn't it funny to imagine that Chris doesn't know what these words mean and he has to go up to someone and ask her what does top or bottom mean? And it'd just be a really awkward conversation for him. Of course he knows what it means and he's just trying to get more information out of Palumbo, but it's still quite interesting that he's asking these questions.
Did I ask that? I don't remember that.
Are you top or bottom? I'm horny, you say.
I was just fooling around.
Well, if you're just fooling around, then why were you so concerned about knowing whether or not he was a cop?
Just joking.
Just joking.
Anthony, as you just saw, tried to brush it off and say he wasn't meaning anything he said. He was just joking. And while he may not be joking, he seemed the need to tell people that he wasn't gay or anything.
I'm not gay or anything.
As another attempt to try and get out of this legal matter he's put himself into. And at the end of the day, if that was a real child there, he would have scarred that child for life, and that's just horrible. He ended up being told he was free to go and was promptly arrested by police.
He quickly leaves the house and is startled by the police.
Palumbo was charged with criminal attempt and attempt to lure or entice a minor. However, Palumbo was released shortly afterwards, only spending 1 day in jail by posting a $50,000 bail bond. When Anthony's time in court came, he was found guilty of a felony count of criminal attempt and given a lifetime parole supervision term, as well as registration as a sex offender for life. However, according to Chris on Predators I've Caught, the podcast he has on Spotify and other places as well, Palumbo was arrested again in 2019 for hit and run and spent 45 days in Rikers Island prison. That was Anthony Palumbo, also known as Hey Buddy, What's Up. Thank you. Hey guys, just wanted to say thank you. It's my first time making a video like this and I did stutter quite a lot, so I do apologise for little bits where I might have been cut out, but thank you very much for watching. Night.